So it's 1 p.m. We are a bit late, I know that. And there is a few things just before lunch, so let me share that with you, right? But thank you very much, MSA, for inviting me. It feels good to be back on the stage almost after 8 years, actually. More like 10 years. 2015 was when I was here last, when we were with IPG Media Brands, right? So today I'm being asked to talk about why we click, but let's get one thing aside first. Why we click is a great question, right? And this is a plugin for my company, which is Greytt, which is essentially what Gitanjali, I don't know where you alluded to in the beginning, that people don't care about 50 plus, people who are 50 or above. But however, Greytt does, because we are a full-fledged AI product platform that actually delivers solutions to the needs of the 50 plus. Okay? So much about Greytt. So let's get the brass tacks in first. I know you're looking for lunch. Okay, it's being prepared. We are before the lunch happens. You're going to basically have one story from me. You're going to have 3 videos. So less talking from me and 5 takeaways, hopefully, which will help you to decide on how the audiences are clicking and what you do. 19 minutes, 30 seconds. I promise you I'll do it shorter than that, all right? Cool. Let's address the elephant in the room. AI. The first session of the first half, I heard the word being spoken quite a lot, all right? In few other forums that I go, that is probably the most highest share of voice with the word AI. Okay? And no wonder it has to be, because it's the most seminal change and the biggest change that the globe is seeing. And particularly for agencies like us, and I have been a leader of a media agency for a better part of my career before this, so I know how this is going to impact what we do as a business and how brands talk to consumers. But it's an era of unprecedented opportunity that we have perceived, whether it is for agencies or for brands or for consumers. So it's all across the aisle. Okay? So I want to do something different, because when I got the invite about why we click, and this whole noise about AI is there, taking away the jobs, planners are losing it because GPT can make your entire media plan and the schedule and almost give you a whole implementation plan within a couple of minutes. So what happens to all of us in this room, right? So while thinking about all that, I thought, let me just rewind something, okay? Let me go back 2009. This stage, Malaysian Media Awards, MSA, okay? And I want to show you one video, and then we will discuss on that. So please pardon this, because this is 16 years ago, mind you, right? The quality.
Received a mystery CD containing only a song called Through My Window.
歌曲 Through My Window 以及一个网址。
You may have heard a brand new song on the radio.
I'm actually kind of interested to go and check it out now. There is a mystery that's sweeping the country.
I'm not sure who I'm thinking whether local or international.
I don't think it's local, man.
I think so.
I don't know, but it's sounding not bad, man. Apparently there's a video out on YouTube now, and a word is that it's not the band as well. I don't know what is going on, who these guys are. I just want everything, thought that I could do almost anything. One step in front of the other, thought that I could do it alone. In the blink of an eye, it's just another day telling me why
fresh. And that's what actually when I was, and this is the only version I found on YouTube, by the way. I don't know where my files are that I created, or the video files, but YouTube, somebody had it, this case study. I could download it a few days back, luckily. The entire campaign was visualized completely right opposite the street in Visma LYL, where UM was there, and I'm sure some of you would have been there back then at that point. But we were a small team and we created this. The point that I realized while seeing this is, when audiences, we made them click on this campaign and drive all those engagements. The UI you can see, Twitter was just launched, Facebook was just about 3-4 years old. It was back when social numbers were not in hundreds of millions. It was in thousands, but this was about 2 million, where we thought, oh wow, we have done something great. But the core essence of why people clicked on this campaign still remain, even now, despite all the noise, right? And that is what really struck me as, wow, this is something different. This is that the basics do not change, okay? As long as we can cut the noise out. Now, this was so old that we used to make these storyboards and submit it to MSA at that point of time. This campaign was, at least I'm very proud to say that this was a Media Alliance National Diploma at the Cannes on 2010, all right? And the media agency that got this. We didn't win, but this is the highest score for for a campaign by any country within the country for Malaysia, that we got this diploma. I'm hoping that very soon Malaysian media agencies also start getting recognized with awards for the work that is done for media specific, integrated campaigns like this. Okay, and we'd love to see more of such results as we go along, and hopefully MSA and the MMA encourages people to do that even more. So now that was the baseline on which we are working with. But I wanted to go and actually just go back to what the fundamentals I'm talking about. And this is a slide from my first year brand school, which is 25 years ago that I went. The moment I landed in the brand school, this is something which is called the theory of communication. The theory of communication, and not to bore you with all the details, I promise you this is the only chart that is complex, is that there is a sender and there is a receiver, okay? The sender encodes the message, the receiver has to decode that message. There is a medium, and the medium is the message, was the theory actually. Because where you send the message, where the people see the message, they will associate a brand with that particular medium. And that stays true even now, right? But there is a whole lot of noise that you see around. And this noise is what we need to break against, break through for your consumers of your brand to see that particular message. As long as you understand that this is what is the core job of the comms here. This is the core job of what consumers need to see. That means that they decode the message properly, the way you intended it. Okay? And that's not rocket science, believe me. That is essentially going down to the fundamentals and understanding that there is a core thing that consumers would love to see. And I'll just share with you 5 things. I'm quite sure you all know it, so it won't be new news for you, right? Okay, I'm still tracking. 12 more minutes, okay? Please hold on. 12 minutes. Who can tell me what's common between all these pictures? Love you. Yes. You will see a lot of movies in my talk, okay, because I love movies and I'm pretty much a geek on from that front. So, Christopher Nolan, if I write all these lines, breaking norm, grounded, innovative, original, imaginative, genius, you wouldn't disagree, right? Christopher Nolan, you know, or those who know at least, I'm quite sure quite a few of you, know that Christopher Nolan is probably the auteur filmmaker who actually is doing things in the original way. Okay? He does it, he shoots on film, the entire IMAX is dependent on only one guy, the whole company, and he is very much into practical effects. Okay? He doesn't want to do CG or use CG to a large extent. And he's very successful, as you all know, alright? On the other hand, what's common between this? Cameron, yes. Whether you like him or hate him, Cameron is also, the same words will apply to him also. But he's complete opposite of what Nolan stands for. He is tech savvy, he invents tech if it doesn't exist, he creates experiences for us, and we are all in awe of what he generally has created across the across his career. And obviously, it does help that he has got 4 of the top 5 all grosses against his name. Now, why I'm bringing these two is that if you have to understand why consumers click, at present we need to have a combination. You cannot be either or. And I see that a lot of us as marketers or agency strategists, and when we actually consult the clients, we try to focus on one of it and say, oh, you need to be cutting edge, you need to do everything new, you need to have your DCO strategy has to be good, your targeting has to be completely moment centric, this, that, all that, and AI has to be there. So what I'm saying is that it's good, but it has to be in context with something else, all right? And that is why, and I use Greytt to do this, it's a combination, all right? You need to combine both old school, traditional, fundamental with the new ideas. You cannot ignore that. A combination of this will definitely be one of the game changers, and you will find that very, very clearly, working for you. And I want to show you a quick, and I call it source, okay? And I'll explain what each of them stands for. But this is essentially the source code of why we click, okay? If you are able to combine these two things. I'll show you a video, which is actually from Cannes this year. It won the gold, okay? And I wanted to see that video and put the lens of what is the new and what is the old that they have actually combined this. I love this case because whatever case I show, typically you should be able to execute in Malaysia if the idea is there, okay? I don't want to show something which cannot be executed for practical reasons. Have a look at this.
You've seen this image countless times. The iconic shot that floods headlines when a champion is crowned. One frame, seen by millions, kept forever. Mercado Libre, Latam's #1 e-commerce, has been part of the game for years. But no sponsorship deal can guarantee you'll be in the image that makes the headlines, unless you sponsor the one thing that always makes the shot. This is Coupon Ray. In the final of a Brazilian major football competition, we replaced each piece of confetti with different discount coupons. And when all cameras were on, there we were. Here, there, everywhere. In minutes, images of the final spread all over. And with the help of influencers.
Tá vendo essa imagem aqui? Tá cheio de cupom. 50 quilos de cupom.
The hunt was on.
Como é que eles fizeram isso, mano? Tá azul, viado.
20% off no iPhone.
30% off aqui, ó. Os caras são foda mesmo. Alô, família!
Using banners placed on the sports section, we told fans exactly what to look for. The next morning, we hijacked editorial images of the trophy lift. And even the traditional champions poster. In less than 12 hours, every coupon hidden in those images was gone. But we still had coupon codes that hadn't made into the headlines. So we dropped a super zoom photo, packed with hidden coupons, and just like that, the hunt was on once again.
Cupom de desconto nos papéis picados. É a chuva de cupons.
Chuva de cupons.
A chuva de cupons!
To win the final, Mercado Libre just had to stick close to the champion, literally.
Love it. So this is essentially simple idea, and I'm quite sure in Piala, Malaysia, if you think about it, or any of the on-ground events, you can actually replicate a format of this in Malaysia, and it'll work. And love it that Cannes actually this one gold at Cannes. In fact, this company is doing quite a lot. They have done fantastic work across the board. Okay, I have not forgotten. Still, okay, wait. The cat is cooking for you. Just hold on, right? A few more minutes. So when I said source code, right, let me get into that part, which is, it'll be probably pretty much something that you understand, but I want to reiterate, and I want to see what you all to see from a media lens, a media planning lens point of view, a strategy lens point of view, and an integrated lens point of view. Not to say that you should not think creatively, but however, S stands for me is surprise or storytelling. okay? And it's very, very clear that if you don't have this element, nobody is going to click on you. Okay? It's a very important element because consumers are not sitting and waiting for you to click. It's only the brand owners who keep clicking their own ads, all right? So they don't want to click. You have to make them click, right? So that is number one. Number two, originality, okay, and ownership. And this is, you would have seen in some of the most best winning campaigns across the board that originality, even though original does not mean that you should not be inspired, but you should have some element of originality which is built on the local insight, or some element which actually takes it to the consumers can own it and feel that campaign. And when you choose media also, when the whole strategy is planned out, think from this perspective that how you lead them from a zero ownership to a much larger ownership, like you saw in the campaign that was 16 years old. U for me stands for universal, okay, and it has to be unified. So we are more alike than than you would care to think. It's most of the people are not like too differentiated, right? So we need to think about that. And relevance and reality. So essentially, the quote there is very nice. We are more alike, my friends, than we are unalike. That is where the relevance point comes in. So don't try to think of a very niche thing where it's relevant to only 5 people in the room. You'll find a lot of good relevant stuff across the board, whether it's from media choices and consumptions or even beyond. Okay. And last but not the least is connection and cause. Okay. And this is an important thing because as long as you're doing something that resonates with the people, and I'm seeing it in my brand, which is Greytt, which is for 50 plus, there we're trying to do things which resonate with them in a way where they're building a community, they can form a connection and not feel like agent or get continuous ads like how Vinajit was saying. So this is a very, very important thing and fight for our cause. Okay? I'll show you one more case, which is, I believe this is something which was very interesting because this won, again, a gold in Cannes this year, right? And this is for Dove, and this is for the older, the real beauty. You all know the insight, so I don't need to really talk about that. But if you indulge me, I want to share this because I found this very interesting because this takes into account how AI is going to shape consumers' side of viewing things that you want to say and how they adapted it and did it. And this is practically, it should be doable.
She's the hottest influencer on social media, but she's not a real person. She's an AI creation.
Come with me and you'll be in a world of pure imagination.
1 out of 3 people would change their appearance, physically change their appearance, even if they know that that image is fake.
And exactly 20 years ago, Dove launched the first campaign for Real Beauty, redefined industry beauty standards, and through the years, Dove has continued to champion Real Beauty, and now, with the advent of AI, there's another hurdle to navigate around.
Because one of the things that we have to understand is as Malaysia, as a market, culturally we are so different, and the whole chat that we had about localization, how AI sees a market or sees a consumer, this kind of thing, using media, using content, using social influencers, using your platforms, you should be able to influence how how your consumers see themselves. And this is just one use case. I'm quite sure you will find a lot of more culturally nuanced applications for this. I shared this because this is something that we should be talking to our clients on that, and we should be telling the clients and the brands that you should be taking this charge. Because otherwise, we'll all be again left in skew because AI is, the models are being built where they are being built. All right, 2 minutes, please. Okay, can I have one more indulgence from you guys? 2 minutes, you can wait, right? This is one more thing I wanted to share. Okay, and this is not a campaign. This is essentially what I was talking about, the point of relevance. But there's one more thing that we have to add to it, and this is something which it's a product. Okay, it's a product. It's a media product, right? And I kick myself whenever I see this because why didn't I think about this? It could have been already $1 billion startup if I had thought about this is the. But this is captioned with intentions. Okay, again a winner this year. So these are all very latest campaigns, and I want to see this. And this, if there are people from Media Prima, Astro, or any other streaming platforms, should actually take note and implement this immediately because this is going to be available here very soon. But mind-blowing and very relevant. Okay, have a look.
For the last 50 years, filmmaking has evolved. New cameras, CGI, immersive sound, but one thing has remained unchanged. Yep, down here at the bottom of the screen, closed captions. More than 430 million people with disabling hearing loss rely on captions to watch movies and shows. However, the current captioning system has several shortcomings that can make the viewing experience frustrating for deaf audiences.
Captions are not timed with the spoken word.
They don't convey tone or emotion.
And they don't identify who is speaking.
Despite this, captions have remained unchanged since 1971. Until now.
The Academy is proud to showcase caption with intention. A new design system that reimagines captions as not just words on screen, but as part of the cinematic language.
Synchronization. Caption with intention uses dynamic text animation, so captions are synchronized precisely as each word is spoken. Intonation. The system brings in varying type sizes, weights, and animation, so you can feel when my voice gets louder or softer. Character identification. Now, colors will distinguish characters.
So deaf people instantly know who's speaking.
And this is how it's experienced.
What's your sole purpose in this army? To do whatever you tell my drill sergeant? God damn it, Gump!
I've seen Forrest Gump many times, but now I'm like, wow, oh my God, I can feel so much more. I like it, because I can track what the actor is saying in real time.
Star Command, come in. Do you read me? Why don't they answer?
It's helping me understand the mood. And then you see how he gasps. It got so big. Now I'm following the story better.
This is the future. For the endless ingenuity of building this inclusive technology, tonight we present an Academy Award of Merit to captioning.
And on behalf of millions who rely on captioning technology, thank you.
Right. So, usually all these teary-eyed things, kind of, I don't really like them. But this one, I really saw the technology that they have used and was like, we create so much content, right, as agencies and people here. We could have done this. Okay? Not only for the people who are hard of hearing, but even for general people. And my test of things, like I showed this campaign to my son, who's very, very, he doesn't like anything which is AI driven. He's 13 years old. He's completely like an activist, anti-AI and stuff like that. But I showed him this. He said, Dad, this makes sense, even though he's just 30. So that got me thinking that this is something we can actually scale and do more things like this in the future with the use of AI for our media, clients and campaigns. So in closing, that one was the last E, which I had missed earlier. All right, that is empathy. Okay, empathy is what is required from us as marketers and brands to basically get more people to click on the content and the stories. That's my time, and hopefully you can take the source code of why we click and more into your work. All right, thank you, and let's click.